Hello, hi there, lovely Scorpios. Welcome to my channel and welcome to your July forecast for love 2017. So I'm Bella, and most people know me as Bella, the Secret Psychic, and how I do my readings here on YouTube is by my spirit guides. And I only do this in one take because I just convey pretty much what my guides are trying to get across to you in a very general way when it comes to love life for July. So we're going to crack on with that in a moment, but first I just wanted to thank everybody for subscribing, all your beautiful comments. I feel very, very blessed. Thank you very, very much for your continued support. I'm very, very privileged. Also as well, on the 3rd of July, my course, my free 5-day challenge, I should say, on tarot and psychic ability to help people understand tarot or to understand what your extrasensory ability is. And if you don't know what it is, then you need to join my 5-day challenge because it would explain. It starts on the 3rd of July. It lasts for 2 weeks, so don't worry if you're seeing this late, guys. You have 2 weeks to join in on the action and to get your free 5 days worth of course and challenges and materials. And if you're interested, again, the links are just down below. Anything you need to know about me, basically, links, my services, down below. So guys, Scorpios, oh God, Scorpios, some of you did not have a good time last month. Oh my God. Right, firstly, so I want to address those who didn't have the good time last month because it was a bit of a shocker, guys. And I feel it kind of needs to be, still addressed a little bit. So pretty much what my guides are saying here for all Scorpios, this is a month of you making judgments, I guess is the right word to use, making decisions, but heavily judging the world, but particularly, your love life. So people, persons, everything. If you're single, any new encounters you make, you'll be judging them, on whether they call you soon enough, whether they, how they're acting, how they are, and you'll make pretty swift decisions about whether somebody's good for you. Your intuition will be on fire, basically, and you're not messing around. I feel here, though, for those who are single, though, the best week would be the 4th week for you to, the 3rd and 4th, but mainly the 4th, in terms of capitalising on making a good love match, definitely. And particularly, in particular for some Scorpios who are single, those you may be getting with people that are very different from you. So again, either the skin colour is different, but particularly I'm getting lots of difference in accents. So their accent could be from another country, could just be from another state, or location in wherever you are geographically. But there is something noticeable in the difference about the person that seems to be really good for you. So just to let you know that too. It also feels to me that you definitely, if you're single and you're meeting somebody, that you meet somebody who allows you to have a voice, that it's not squashing your voice. And in particular, for those who had that very horrible experience last month where you pretty much did not have a voice because of the actions and the behaviour of somebody else, if you did decide to break up with that person, which, like I said in my last video, last month, they completely deserved, then you seeking somebody that allows you to express yourself freely is super on your high list, because you don't want to feel contained and berated and feeling horrible like you did last month. And again, not that I think that any of you would be completely ready, if I'm being honest with you, to want to start dating in that last month, for those of you who did enter something last month. But if you're brave enough to get on the horse that soon, then again, the 4th week would be a good week for you. But nobody can blame you for wanting to be single right now. So now I want to address what happened last month, and for those that impacted that and going forward. All right. So again, when my guys are saying here, when it comes to the judgments, because some of you would have broken up and you may be in the first week, looking back at before it was bad. And of course, that's very natural to kind of look back and to miss the good things that happened. So some of you may be making judgments about whether you judge too quickly or jump too soon, because remember, last month, even though that person was diabolical, they didn't actually want to break up with you. So their energy will still be lingering to want to fix things. And so I think for you, some of you will be making judgments in that first week about whether you want to look at that situation, whether you want to get back to them, whether you want to make judgments about it. And that judgment, again, will be based on whether that person gives you a voice, whether you feel trapped by that person, and whether they can honour basically a new contract with you that you will be drawing up saying, if you want this, I need to see this, this and this and this, and it needs to be with immediate effect. And even if it seems unreasonable, it doesn't matter because I need this to feel secure. And high on your priority, which is pretty much no-brainer, is treat me with respect, please. Please. So you really, really will be, making a decision. And some of you would have already made that decision at the end of last month, and you may be back with them. And so some of that judgment will be you looking to see whether they are going to swing back to how they was. I personally feel here that the person who did this to you did learn their lesson, and is afraid to lose you. So in a way, it's unlikely for them to disappoint you, but it's not going to, even me telling you that, you have to see it for yourself. Do you understand? You have to feel your own anxiety levels go down, hence why there's a lot of you watching, judging, maybe even testing. It's a bit of a theme I've noticed this month with some of the star signs kind of testing people, needing to feel secure, very much coming up in July across the board. For those of you who were thinking about whether to take somebody back, some of you, particularly based on what it is that they did, as much as you want them back, I think the scar of what they did may be too hard, basically. So I think for those of you who realise and recognise that, then the second time it's been shown to me like grieving for the second time, but only because you've closed the door. Sometimes we can close the door because it's in the heat of the moment because we're angry, and then we really then close the door the second time because actually we've made a formal mental decision that you can't trust them and that you don't feel safe, and you just, and so it's like a second grieving because it's then sad, and that's normal. That's really normal. And for others where you have taken that chance to take somebody back, like I said, they recognise what they did, guys, and they really do want to fix it. And so there's some efforts from their side to prove that to you. Generosity, saying the right things, honouring that new contract. If you say, jump, they say, yep, how high do you want me to do it? Or where from? Basically. So it's good. And then we get to the third and the fourth week, guys. For some of you, because you're still a little bit fragile, particularly for those of you who took the person back or are still with them, there's a bickering and some small arguments could happen, but in a way, I think don't fear that, because actually what you're going to see is them for their true colours, or whether they've passed the test, because it's shown as bickering, it's not shown as vile like it was last month. So in a way, don't fear it, because actually you'll see that the bickering is normal bickering and is not going to go to that place again. But the bickering is coming up because my guide's saying because of you, and it's only because you're feeling a bit wibbly a little bit in that week, I should say. For those of you who are single, my guides are saying here, be aware of jealousies from others around some dating that you do, that perhaps other people that you may know that are single not having perhaps the same kind of arrangements or meetings that you are. And so there seems to be words to try to put you off people, and you mustn't listen to other people, you must listen to yourself and make your own judgments again around who is right for you, basically. Because basically, in a way, I think why you're all being so judgmental is because you will make a right judgment. It is about trusting yourself this month. And it's not because you're being judgmental for the sake of it. Because like I said, some of you have very good reason to be cautious at this time. And again, this is where my guides is reminding me to tell you that there are those of you who are single, again, this difference definitely coming up about the person speaking differently to how you do. So again, they may speak another language also as well. I would say here in the last week, I feel that most of you, whether you're single and you need to get in with somebody, or you did go back to the person that was not so good last month, you feel a bit more confident, well, a lot more confident, to be able to speak your truth about all things without feeling like you're going to be shot down. My guides are also saying here, tell Scorpios that they will get their wish. So there's some of you that will have private wishes now, as you see it, that they just want to let you know that will come true also with your love life, but at the end of the month. So you have to wait, guys, sorry. And for those of you who did decide, no, it was just too scary to have that person back, they're saying in that last week for you guys to make your wishes when it comes to your love life. And then they're saying that when you're ready, that's the wish you'll get. So be very clear about what your wish is. Don't be wishy-washy about it, guys. Be very, very clear, because you'll get it. This is a theme that I'm getting for your reading this month, which is purely on you making the judgments that are better for you, your heart. And I would say here, the one thing you mustn't do is, particularly if you have taken back the person that caused all the problems last month, is to definitely do not worry about what other people think about it. Because I know some of you might worry about the opinions of other people in terms of them being disappointed that you went back. No. Don't let that be the reason you don't honour yourself and your own thoughts and your own judgments. Listen to yourself and honour yourself, and you cannot put a foot wrong. So I do hope that that's been helpful for you for July. Again, if you like, do like, say, comment, subscribe, share. Do your thing, guys. And I do hope that's been helpful, and you all have an amazing July. Take care. Bye.